Excuse me. All right. Well, I guess I will get started. And we'll see if anyone hops on over. Did you hear dinos? I'm not sure, did you? I'm doing some pixel art today. So, thanks for stopping by though. How's it going? That looks a little smoother. Procrastinating work, nice. That's I'm very good at that. I wish I wasn't as good, but you know, it do be like that. So what I'm doing is I did another stream last week, and I was playing a mod pack that I put together on Minecraft. I'd like to do like a highlights thing with that, but what I want to do is have some like custom thumbnails, right? I'm trying to get back into doing pixel art because I used to do it a lot more, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I started doing it again, and I'm trying to make thumbnails. Kind of like what happened in the mod pack, or in that stream, I guess. So if anything seems weird or random or like specific and it feels like you're missing out on something, it's just kind of making a landscape of kind of what happened in that stream. And I hope I explained that well. All right. Really don't know what I'm accomplishing with this, actually. Change that opacity and change that. And yeah, that's a bit smoother. Cool. Okay. And one. Right, I think that's pretty good, especially considering you will only see that part of it. I know it's a little bit small. Don't know if I can make that bigger as is, but I think that's okay. All right, so that's not bad. All right, cloud time. How do I improve these? Well, let's get this. Maybe add a little bit of blue? I don't know. Right, so actually, no, this needs to be white. All right. I also want to make that a little bit darker, so let me reset this. Okay. I'll do these as well. Okay. So I like the blue idea. I don't know if I need to make that a little bit more subtle or not. I'm gonna go with not yet. So I am going to start shading these. A little bit too much. That's not too bad, I think. Let me turn the opacity up. Okay. Okay, let me actually add another window capture. Let me open a pop-up. Window capture, there we go. And then a new source. Preview. Right, nope. There we go, awesome. So, I guess I can pop this up every now and again. And I guess show a little bit, kind of how things are going. Overlays. How does one line this up right? All right, well, that's not perfect, but I say that's probably good enough. All right, so I can just toss this up every now and again, which will be cool. I guess show a little bit about how it's going. Oh. All right, there we go. So, yeah, super basic outline. I've not got a ton going on so far. So what I did in the stream that I'm kind of basing, that I'm trying to make a, right, this landscape from, are there different layers? Yeah. So actually, I'm using, let me hide that again. I'm using an application called Piskel. So I just tossed it in chat. It's a web app that I use a lot. It's really, I think it's fantastic. It's super simple and straightforward. But they have an offline version, which is what I'm using right now. And you can add all the layers you want, and you can adjust like, you know, how they stack and all that. And then you can also adjust the opacity. So I have all of these layers in the right. And I start with like a sketch layer that I put together. And then I made this layer called thirds because the tiny bit of photography I know about, there's something called the rule of thirds, where it's like any content or any feature that's like lines up with, you know, one of these lines essentially, and especially anything that lines up in these corners, like these intersections, the eyes are drawn to that more. So I have this in case I want to try to like apply that, and I can move this around and all that. So like, excuse me. Right, so if I'm working on this layer called background details, I can kind of have this, you know, the thirds there, and I can see them and all that good stuff. And it really just helps me kind of work in kind of modular chunks in a way. I don't know, I guess you could say that. So yeah, but it's got all the layers, and then it's got all the tools on this side. So, you know, basic pens and fill, but they also have mirror tools, so you can like, let me choose a different color. If I have the mirror tool on, I draw something, right, it mirrors it. And then there's different options where I can mirror on different axes or all the axes and all sorts of cool stuff. Got got lines, shapes, drag and drop. The lighten tool and the darken tool is one of my favorites. So I actually used that a minute ago. Excuse me. And it's really nice. It lets you lighten and darken things, which is fantastic. So I have these white clouds, and I wanted to give some shading to them. So I just use the tool, and I set it to darken, and then whenever I pass over something, it darkens the color. And I can set it to only do it once per pixel, so I have a little bit more control. And yeah, it's like I said, I love this tool. I love this program and the website, and it's very fun. I think a lot of people who do this more professionally probably use Photoshop or something. But that's a little rich for my blood. Yeah, thank you. This is super cool. I've made some pretty neat stuff in the past, and then I didn't do it for a while, so I'm really trying to get back into it. Just because I find it very relaxing, and it's a good time. Let's swap those back around, and then I lighten this up some more. That's a little bit dark, actually. Oh. Let's go back. All right. So that cloud is okay for now. Let me work on some of the others, and then we'll see how they look. So yeah, just hoping for a pretty chill stream today. Got something planned later on, which I'm looking forward to, but figured if I was going to be working on this anyways, might as well stream and see if I can chat with people and have a good time. Oh geez. So I love pixel art because I'm moderately good at it, I think. And also because it's really challenging, like it can be. Right? Because you're essentially taking something, an image, and it's usually pretty high definition, and you're trying to define it in some fairly abstract terms, right? Pixels are very imprecise unless you have enough of them. So it's really challenging to make things look correct. I really enjoy that. Let's get a smaller brush. Nope. That's very fun. And like I said, I've done this in the past some more. I've had some really cool results, which is very fun. And I apologize if I sound very kind of monotone. I'm working on having a more energetic and interesting voice when I'm streaming, but I'm still working on that, and also doing something like this where it actually takes some thought is proving to be kind of tricky. So I appreciate crap. Essentially, thanks for understanding in advance. Sound good? Definitely chill? Awesome. Glad to hear that. I just know that as this goes on and I try to focus more on details and figure out kind of what I'm doing with this kind of landscape, I'm just going to... you're really going to see my brain working, which is interesting. Is that... I feel like that's too much of a chunk at the end of this cloud. Spicy wood! Hey man, how's it going? I am doing something a little different. Oh. Good stuff. Okay. I feel like I darkened this too soon. I don't like that. Okay, reset that. So with this one, right, it's like this feels like a puffy part, and this is like the top. So okay, my idea is that there's like, okay, getting into some artsy stuff that I'm gonna pretend like I know anything about. Like an idea when you're doing stuff like this is, oh, I'm doing Will Jackson. Sorry, I just saw that. Yeah, not too bad. My allergies are just killing me, so I'm sure I sound fine because everyone always says that, but geez. Okay, so in art, I think the idea is that you choose a spot where you have a light source, right? And then you draw everything, and especially color and shade it related to that. So right, the idea is like up here in the top right, there's like the sun for this scene. And so then right, everything on the top right kind of side of whatever it is a little bit brighter, right? Like it's in the direct sunlight, and then things to the bottom and the left are a little bit darker, right? Because shadows. So that's what I did with this first cloud on the left, and I feel pretty good about it. Let me zoom in. Right, so like if the sun was up here, right, it'd be shining down, and then this is illuminated, this is darker. Good stuff. And like these are pretty straightforward, but this cloud is a weird shape, and I might just need to redraw it. I don't know, or I might need to like adjust it. We will see. That, and then get, we'll swap that. Clear that again. Cool. Okay, I'm actually going to adjust this cloud because I don't love. Oof, no, I'm not loving this cloud. Not like, I like these wispy bits, and I made a landscape yesterday that was actually the same thing I'm doing now, but I wasn't quite right, so I'm trying it again essentially, with a couple differences. And I loved the clouds I made yesterday. I don't know exactly what I did differently though. So let's actually clear that one, just because I'm very much not sure about it. And then actually steal this boy. Toss him there. We'll toss that. That might, okay, I actually like that a lot better now. It's not overcrowded, and it's still, like, they're all good clouds. Okay, so that one's nice. Let me grab this blue again. I need to get my palettes sorted. Like, I had some really, really well kind of developed palettes the other day, and then now it's just like it's a new project, no imported palettes, and it's a little rough. Okay, let's grab this white, and then boop, 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 boop. Good stuff. Okay, so I don't want to go too crazy with the shading. Still kind of intense, but that I want to match it somewhat to the slope of the first one, I think. I gotta remember that while I'm doing this, I'm also broadcasting it, so I gotta make sure y'all can see it as well. Okay, I'm gonna go with this and see how this ends up shading out. A little bit more fine brush. Nope. That's a little bit horizontal for me. I don't know why I'm like, okay, so this cloud, yeah, it's more sloped to the left. Something like that, I think. And then I guess maybe Maybe something like that? I don't know. I'll give that a little bit of a darker finish. Okay. I like that. I can live with that. All right. So lighten that one, and then really quickly. Cool. I'm good with that. And then let's toss in a little bit of blue. Nope, wrong color. Wrong button. I don't think the small one needs it. Is that... Ah, geez, you can get so nitpicky with this. I'm just gonna go with that for now. I always go back and change it later. All right, I grab a sip of my water. Okay. Final clouds. Let's again, so this one's better. The one on the right, I like this a little bit more. I don't love this big one, so let me once again clear it out a little bit. See how I can make this a little bit better. Now I need to go fine brush. All right, there we go. I have a little bit more control with this one because it's a little bit bigger. So I can really kind of adjust the slope and make it look a little bit rounder. Which, not that every cloud is round, you know. Every cloud is different, but I wanna give it some shape, you know. This one a dark little booty. The storm growing in over there. And this one actually is really pretty good. I'll expand this a little bit more. Let's lighten that one. Okay. I'm good with that. Come up here. Oh. Cool. That last one I don't think I need. Okay, I like those clouds pretty well. I'm good with those for now. Let me bump this up. And then started on some mountains. They need some work. They're very flat. I like the shapes pretty well, which is really all I was getting to before, but I gotta work on this. 1 second, I gotta adjust the AC. All right, and I am back. Thanks for waiting. Excuse me, I cannot talk today. Jeez. Y'all are in for a treat. Hello, viewer number 3. How's it going? Maybe even more than that. Awesome. Well, thank you for showing up. Assuming you're not bots. Doing some chill pixel art today, so I'm looking forward to making some good progress. All right, and actually, let me show what I've got so far. Pop up the preview. All right. So, actually, let me change the opacity of that one. Cool. This is really it so far. All I've gotten is I have a sketch, I worked on the background, which is just the sky in the back. I've got the clouds, and I have the shape of the mountains, and now I need to shade them and make them actually look nice, and I need to give them depth and character and all that good stuff. So, well, that's what I got so far. Hope everyone's having a very, very good day. Hope you had a nice weekend. I myself went to a wedding, which was fun. It's pretty wild. It's been a hot minute since I've done that. Geez, what am I doing? Okay, I got the shape that I'm fairly happy with. Here, what was the sketch? So, for anyone who got here after the beginning of the, after the intro kind of a thing, yeah. I am making a landscape kind of thumbnail for a stream I did the other day that I want to maybe make a highlights video of. I'm not super sure. But I made a create mod based mod pack for Minecraft. And I'm focusing a lot on aesthetics and then the create mod itself naturally as the kind of the technology mod, the technology focus. So I just want to make a cool thumbnail for, for those and for what I did during the stream. So that's what this is. I pretty much went around the world. I found a really cool spot to settle. It was in this valley between a couple mountain ranges. There's a really cool river. I started planting a ton of trees. There's a ton of pillager outposts nearby. There was a jungle temple, and then I found this absolutely insane cavern underground, like insane, massive, tons of mobs. And I actually worked on clearing that out, getting all the torches in there. So I'm gonna have an above ground area and also a below ground, which I think is gonna be very, very cool. But that's essentially what I'm trying to get here, what I'm trying to represent. So that's what the sketch is. And as you can see, it actually lines up fairly well with what I've made so far, right? The mountains are a little bit lower, but pretty much the same. I've got the clouds. And so I really just need to provide a sense of scale and depth with this before I move on to the next part. And that's what I had issues with yesterday. So that's what I'm trying to fix with this kind of iteration. All right, background details. Let's actually call this, let me change this. This is gonna be sky. Clouds. All right, now we got mountains. Good. So let's put that as clear, and no, I don't want to clear that out much as I did. Well, no, that's okay actually. All right. So get some darker colors. Some darker shades as it is, as it were. Geez. Any semblance of me knowing how to speak English is just gone today. Nope. Lighten, okay. Okay, so this is kind of a nice little, little color palette, so to speak. I like this. Wrong tool. Right there. That's good stuff. So, right, my idea then is let's use this to help us represent depth and distance. And part of me is like, go around and outline these mountains. And I don't think I'm going to, because that makes it a little bit more cartoony, which is not a bad thing in the slightest. But I don't think that's what I'm going for. So if I go for a darker shade of green, that's a bit harsh. Let's go with the lower one, lighter one. That's okay. That's not too bad. So in the sketch, right, I just had a couple of little hills that were smaller in the back, and then they got larger, and then I actually had add some more details. So let's turn thirds back on. These are guidelines to help me find the areas where your eye is drawn to the most, because they're ideal spots for details and big important bits and bobs. So I like having that around. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go with it, go for it, and see how things look. Let me toss this up because I'm really appreciating some of the guidance. Also, wow, that's funny. It's like the same exact color. Good stuff. So I think that's mine. Okay. Oh, nope. Make that my clear color so that I don't just destroy this. And okay, yeah, so this is mine. This is in the sketch. Okay, nope. Wow, sketch needs to go. Cool. Now I know what I'm dealing with. My goodness. Got a couple hills, little bits of detail. All right, so I need to start getting larger with my details as I go further down. Which means, I guess just a little bit more like this. Why not? Kind of, I guess maybe represent the valley in that sort of way. Nope, I liked it a minute ago. Maybe. So maybe something like this, but then I can just so easily go like, ow. And just make the most horrible face. Actually, I say horrible face, and I'm not going to claim that that's a good face. But damn if that's not kind of funny and not actually horrible. Just toss on. Yeah, those got the eyebrows. My eyes are pretty solid for, for something so quick. Ah, good stuff. Oh, but I'm never gonna be able to unsee that. Jeez. Nope. Oh god, no, they're all just eyebrows now. No. They're all eyebrows. You got an eye there, and you got an eye here. Ooh. God, this is turning cursed. This wants to be cursed so badly. All right, let's actually get rid of that one. Let's have a point of detail over here. Kind of slopes a bit. And then what I'm going to do here, bump mountain details down a little bit, and I'll kind of sketch on this one. What I'm going to do, my plan at least, is to have a river that I had near my base. So have that start like here, right? Be nice and small, help with the scale, and then really just like bring it down and kind of swoop it over, and then slowly grow it. That wasn't quite as slow as I'd like. Nope. That's a bit better. Okay. So the idea being have the river and kind of use that to break up the area as well a little bit. So I'm hoping that this helps helps a little. Although I need to make this more clear, like it's a spring. That, like, it's like the origin. Nope. Transparent. There we go. There we go. Okay, so something. Yeah, okay, if I get rid of this, that little doohickey. And actually, let me add a new frame. Steal this little palette, so to speak. Toss it there so I've got it, and then I'll fill this back in. Awesome. All right, so now we have the idea, right? The area representing my base is roughly going to go right here, more or less. Hey, Beth, Galvanic Griffin, how you doing? Oh, I'm glad you're able to make it. Yeah, this is it's a little bit of a better time, I think. Less late at night. Hey, how's it going? I'm working on some pixel art because I've been getting back into that, so that's been pretty neat. It's you've been doing well? That's awesome. Glad you're doing good. Very, very glad. Gee, my brain. Brian, it's best. How does one represent the start of a river with like 7 pixels? Nice. Pixel art is so cool. I agree. Did I ever show you? I think I probably did, but did I ever show you the samurai cat I made? Because that was pretty awesome. That was one of... Yeah, cool. That was one of my first things I did, actually. Well, not one of the first, but it was pretty early on. It was back in high school. And I was actually so proud of that. I made that for my sister for a programming project she was doing. I was very happy with that. And that's kind of my go-to, like, you can do this, you have done this. Let's go. So I'm doing landscapes right now. Like thumbnail kind of things, but like generally like landscapes, a lot of terrain, natural stuff, and then trying to make it represent, like, in a way represent a story, but kind of just like a snapshot of what's happened. So yeah, I'm hoping it turns out well. Definitely hoping it turns out well. All right, so I've got the river. That's a little bit of a better representation for now, at least. And so, okay, the other weird thing is that, so it's a mountain, right? You've got the mountain. Let me pop open the preview. Okay. Let me get rid of the thirds again. Okay. So, right, it's like a mountain thing, and I settled in a valley in the middle here. I want to work on the sky because I actually don't love the blues anymore. Like, I kind of like that, but they need a better transition. Okay, that's fine. Actually, no, let me change that. I like this one best so far. Oh, it's so plain, but that's fine. Okay, so what I did was there was a lot of mountains. I settled in a spot in the valley beneath this one. There was a cool jungle temple at the top. There was a jungle forest over here. Ooh. Villager thing around here. There was a river cutting through the area, through the valley. And what I found when I dug down, because this was from a Minecraft stream I did, I found this crazy cavern, like below the valley, right? So I had my mine shaft and I went in, and it was just this huge cavern with all these mobs. So I'm trying to represent that as well, right? I want to have the above ground, like very beautiful, very, very pretty, lush, and forest that I started planting of all these cool trees, but then also have like a kind of a cool representation of like the belly of the beast, so to speak. Cave, sure, that works. That works. So I guess use a dark gray for that, and let's something like this. I don't want to make it too big, right? I don't want it to detract from the main the main image. And that might be a little bit too big. But I want it to be big enough that I can actually like convey the actual scale of it, because it was big. It was a big boy. And I'm actually planning on streaming that mod pack again soon. So if anyone wants to catch that one, you can check out what I'm talking about. It's a very cool mod mod pack so far, and a really, really cool world. I got some mods that really adjust the world generation, and it is breathtaking. Like, oh boy, it is good stuff. Okay, as a base, that is a fine representation of that. Let me hide the preview again. Okay, yeah, so now you can see, like, I have this kind of transparent, pale idea of where that layer is. Okay. So I'm back on the mountain terrain. Let's actually make the broken nether portal spot, maybe. That's a decent netherrack color. Sure. So, okay, what was the sketch? We had nothing over there. All right, cool. Let's go mountains. Right, little patch of netherrack. And this is just so that when I get to the details layer for the mountain, I can remember to put the portal and the magma blocks and some stuff like that. That's a well, okay, that's a good little bean. I'll keep it like that for now. Good little no, I don't like how it's a little bit too close to the river on that side. But also, I kind of do like that it was close. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'll do that. Let's flatten it a bit. I think I need to... I think I'm getting my perspective wrong again. Like, right, I'm not looking this like top down. I'm looking at this from the side. And that's something I'm struggling with, because I need to really convey the depth of this mountain. Right, but that doesn't mean I also don't need to convey depth in terms of like a broken nether portal. The only thing I kind of don't need to is the cave, but that's a little bit different. That's like a cross section. So there's still depth, but not quite as much. Okay. Well, let's go with that. I think that's pretty good for now. Okay, that's fine. That is good for now. Gotta save. Don't want to lose this. Okay. So the other thing I've done in the past is I've done what I'm loosely referring to as shaders. They're really not the same as like game shaders, but it's right, like I'm trying to shade. And so the nice thing is that with these layers I can change the opacity. So if I do that and then I grab like dark gray, right, so the mountain looks like this. Right, it's very flat, monotone, except for these small little details I've tossed in there. And I don't love these, so I gotta probably scrap them. I don't know, like, okay, to me, the base of the mountain is like more or less right here. Like the waistline, so to speak. Right, the river kind of starts on the flat portion. So like this is the valley over here. Extends over the cave because you can't see the cave. Like, I don't know, these small details up here don't really convey the mountain compared to the valley, so I probably actually need to shade Okay, let me just show you what I'm kind of thinking. And this is by no means the way I'm going to do it, because I don't think this is probably the right color. But if I do this layer is set at 33% opacity. And you can kind of see it here, but maybe better in the preview. Okay, so it's a bit dark, but right, that shader, I can change the strength of it. Hey, Josh, how's it going? Sorry, I just saw that. I don't know how long it's been there, but how you doing? I'm doing some pixel art. Cool goodness, hopefully. So a handful of people are getting to listen to me stutter and try to think, and it's a grand old time, I hope. I was explaining that I have a layer for certain features that I'm using that I'm loosely calling a shader. I'm just changing the strength of that layer's opacity to, change the look of the final product, so to speak, like to add some depth and shadow and stuff. So, right, I was saying that I thought that this was in a way, like, ooh, not that. 1 second. Right, cleared that. So, like, to me, this line is like, that's still too high. Okay, that line, right, to me, this is like base of the mountain. The mountain has come down and is like flattening out, and then all this area is like the actual valley and like flat plains area, right? So how, without probably doing something like this, because I don't think anyone's going to claim that looks great, like how do I convey this kind of delineation, maybe, so to speak? Non-artsy, well, not that I'm not artsy, but a person not trained in art at all, trying to figure out art. Oh, geez. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, honestly, I'm going to leave that there for now. This is still on like the shader layer, but you know what? That actually conveys it okay for me for now. Definitely not keeping it that way. Clean that up. Clean that up. Yep, and then there's actually... Cool, I made that line up fairly well. Neat stuff. Okay, let me hide the preview again. All right, so we've got the workspace once more. So with the river, actually, I'm thinking maybe that's one feature that I use to help kind of mark valley versus hillside, mountainside, whatever. No, I don't. Okay, I do not like that. And that's... No. Okay. Wait, let me clear that and actually... How does one do this? Okay. That's okay, that's not horrible, actually. I think that looks kind of good. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure you just meant to say that you're working. That typo, Josh. I'm just twerking. Just twerking. Fun stuff. Good. I like it. Oh, geez, auto mod. Sorry. That's fine. I think that's a bit strong. That's funny. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, you tell Twitch and you tell chatbots, whatever, that you're trying to keep a stream family friendly, I guess it really likes to keep all the stuff for review. All right. Well, not too bad. Did not like that. Okay. I like this river so far. I think that conveys a little bit of depth where I need it, which is cool. Yes, you cannot say that word. Not the BOOTY word. That's it's a bit strong. A little strong for my taste, Oof, yeah. Oh, I just realized I've got a couple of friends here that are from totally, I guess not totally different areas of my life. Josh and Beth, you know each other. But then, yeah, Jackson, I guess you're the exception. You're from high school. Lol. Okay. Fun times. Let's get a little bit of a darker blue for the water. High school friends. Yeah, Jackson. Fun fact. So Beth is a friend of mine from college. And we figured out that I actually met them at Carrie Band Day when we won my senior year, which is kind of wild, like kind of insane. I think we determined that they're the one who gave me like the medal when we were all kind of storming the field. That was wild. Yes, I know. I know, Beth. We established that. Okay. Don't love this blue combination. So like, okay, what I was going with this kind of light blue is that there was the river that formed in the valley, right? Super small world. It's crazy. Like really wild. Oh, yeah, okay, but the river that formed in the valley was super small, and it had formed with like marble and stuff as the riverbanks. So it was like this very light grayish block. And I guess I'm just trying to convey that with this gray color. But doing it, it's gonna be a weird balance between like, weird balance. Okay. Let me grab this color so I can essentially erase any misclicks. All right, and yeah, sure. Let's get right to the edges on some of this. As one does. Okay. Oof. That's okay. This is not what I was thinking. I think all I would say is it feels kind of a little too regular. Like I want some more like asymmetry and irregularities with it. Like there's plenty of asymmetry, but I guess that's a little better maybe. I don't know. This is hard. Like there's so many parts of this where like you're trying to convey, right? I was saying this at the very beginning. You're trying to convey a very detailed, concept, a very detailed image or something when you're doing pixel art, right? And that the challenge essentially is, take each chunk of the image and convey it in as little detail as possible, right? Depending on the resolution of the image, that you're making, right? So this is 160 by 90, I believe. Yeah, 160 by 90. Because if you you export that at a 12 times scale, you get HD 1920 by 1080. And I was doing 80 by 45, but it was not it was a little bit too small in terms of resolution. Like I had some cool stuff going on, but I couldn't quite, it wasn't quite enough. So that was not okay. So I'm doing that, but right, it's still right, trying to think of something in terms of a small amount of detail that conveys as much detail as possible. And also, right, my big struggle right now is, right, this is a landscape and I'm making a 2-dimensional image, but it's a 2-dimensional image of a 3-dimensional area. And so the depth is really getting me. Like I can get height pretty well, and with the clouds, like I felt like I got this shading pretty well. If anyone didn't see them, like I think these are pretty solid clouds. Like it looks like the sun is up here on the right, and it's like shining down. You've got the clear white and a little bit of blue and stuff, and you got the shadows in the bottom left, and I think that's pretty awesome. But it's these mountains that are killing me. And then even with the river, what I'm realizing is that, right, it's a river on a flat, like a valley, flat kind of plains area. And so I need it to get larger, right, to be small in the back and in the distance, and then get larger to help convey that sense of distance and scale. Right, things farther away are smaller, closer they are, the bigger they are. But I also have to not think of it as a face down thing, but I have to consider it that I'm looking at the river at an angle, right? So I'm gonna see less of the detail on the riverbank closest to me, if that makes sense, and I'm gonna see more of the riverbank farther from me, because like this edge of the riverbank, right, theoretically I can see like this much of it if I'm looking, right, because this is the riverbank, this is the water, and then this is maybe the top edge of the riverbank that I see, right? But like lots of thoughts that I'm managing in my head and trying to explain, and it's really makes you think a lot about it. This is wild stuff. But I think I've said this before. I'm getting back into pixel art because I really enjoy it, and I think well, mainly because I enjoy it. I think I'm actually pretty good, or at least above average, which is fun. And then also because I would still love to get into game development. And there's something about a game with really well made pixel graphics that like can be very powerful. There's a lot that's like maybe mediocre, and the pixel graphics doesn't it doesn't quite add, I guess, to the experience, but there are some games where I think it really does. And I'd love to be able to work on a game or maybe develop a game in the future with pixel graphics. And so like I'm able to do something right now that I can enjoy and can relax while doing, and also develop a skill that I might be able to use later on. So it's all very cool stuff, but it doesn't mean it's not difficult to do and think and talk about and all that goodness. Okay, the river, I'm gonna leave that as is for now. Again, I think it gets the point across for where I am, and it's not bad. It's a little bit thicker on the back, like on this. Can't see that on this back edge, which I like. Right, it kind of portrays. You can see a little bit more of the riverbed there. That's not too bad. I'm okay with this for now. I say as I edit it more. Nope. Let's that. Sure, something like that for now. Actually, I really like seeing the preview because I feel like it shows me a better view of it than my editing view, I think. That's cool. Right. Let me grab a sip of water because oof, it is dry in this house. Excuse me. Okay, good stuff. So it is interesting. In the sketch that I did here, I think you can kind of see it, right? I actually made everything a bit higher up than I did when I actually started making it. And I'm not sure why I did it differently. Like in this sketch, it's right, there's like very little actual detail because it's just black and white essentially. But it conveys it very well. Whew, right, okay. Right, like I think this is in a way kind of clear, maybe. Like it's got the mountains, you got the river. You're at least in my head, you kind of see that like this is far away. This is the valley. It's like an inflection point in the mountain. So that's interesting. Hey Hannah, how you doing? Don't think I don't see you lurking. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, right. So like, I don't know. In a way, this is accomplishing what I'm trying to do better than I feel like I've done, which is really strange. So I might even make a couple changes and see if I can't kind of line it up a little bit better. Move things up, so to speak. So, mountain to sketch to mountain. Okay, that's not too bad. Rename this to river. Cool. And then let's move the river up a little bit. Make that transparent again. Okay. So it's still not quite as tall or as high up as it was in the sketch, but I think it's better. That's not too bad. And actually, what I can do, let me do the opposite with this nether portal. Grab this, push it down a bit. Okay, let's fill that back in. And then river, let's take this and move this bad boy up some more. And then I'll turn the mountain shaders off because I don't want that to mess with these changes. So, oh geez, that's hard to see. Okay. So, sketch. Kirk, how you doing? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing good too. Jeez, it's a party here and all my friends are invited. This is awesome. Thank you all. This is very sweet. Nice getting to talk to good friends and geez, I'm up to like 6 viewers. That's the most I've had in a long time. And I'm on my way to affiliate, so this is helping out a lot, actually. So thank you, everyone. Jeez. That's, you're making me feel the things. Okay. So, okay, that's actually very funny. If I scoot the sketch down a little bit, like it was here, but if I scooted, no, it wasn't. Where was this? I guess it was there. Yeah, okay. Wow, so I actually moved my river a little higher up. Oh, thanks, Kirk. Okay. The river. I'm still okay with that. All right, hide that again. Hide the preview again. All right, back into this. So mountains, cool. The nether portal we can actually make a little bit bigger, like the netherrack spot, just because too much. Because it's a little bit closer, right? We can make it a little bit larger to help with the sense of scale and depth. Double whammy right there. Okay, cool. That won't be too bad, I think. When I did this rune nether portal before, it was actually really cool once I got like some cool orange blocks in there for the magma and the lava. And I had the obsidian itself, and actually I could toss in a gold block to really kind of drive it home. So I'm looking forward to this because it worked out very well. Okay, and then the mountain, we've got a little bit of detail up above, which I don't love, but it's not the worst. Let me grab that. Do something like that. Okay. Let's move a couple of these little hill things. Ah, geez. It's so easy until it's not. Three, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. A little bit of asymmetry, because why not? Okay, and then I guess I can have a tree. I liked the tree over here a lot. And then what I was trying to do with like with these things like here and over down here, those are supposed to be like sheep or cows, so we'll see how those convey. We will see. It's also tricky, right? Because I can't make the ones up here any smaller, right? I can make these ones bigger because I need to help convey that sense of scale and distance still. But conveying these any larger without making them like massive in terms of where they are, it's really difficult. So I don't know, that'll be interesting. It's fine. We're good. Okay, so tree here. And then I guess, yeah, just my little base and forest area, I guess right in the center. So right there, more or less. Okay. And then actually I should probably do a little bit of detailing here. Imagine the perspective is pretty weird with pixel art now. Yeah, it's really strange because, and I've said this a couple times, but right, you're trying to convey a detailed thing as a very low detail thing, but with as much detail as possible. So that in and of itself is really interestingly challenging. And because it limits you in how much detail you can add, at least with my experience and my knowledge, right? I'm not saying that no one can do this because a lot of people can do it very well. But with my abilities, it's really difficult to portray something like this mountain, right? It's very much flat and 2D right now, and I'm trying to adjust that, and I can do that with some shading, but I'm not so skilled in that right now that that's enough for me. I need to utilize other things. I talked to my sister, who did a lot of art throughout school, a lot of art courses and things, and right, the idea that things up here are going to be smaller. But oh, wrong tool. Like if this was a person up here, it might just be that, right? And then a person down here might be that or something, right? Like the scale and the distance helps. A tree up here might just be something like this, right? But down here you can have like a little bit of a bigger tree, right, with more detailed branches and whatnot, you know, stuff like that. So like, right, there are tools, but just because there's tools to work with the perspective and have it do what you want, like it's really strange still, which is fantastic, but oof. Big oof. Okay, so let's actually turn this back to some small number. Okay. And actually, let's pop this up a little bit. This is my pseudo shading using a layer with some low opacity value. I can only hope that I'm saying that correctly, like pronouncing it correctly. But it's got a lower opacity, so you can still see it, but it's very right. It's very low impact, and so it you know, depending on the color you use for it, like if that's a dark gray and if I switch to white, right, the mountain is the same color on the base layer, but then when you look at it, right, this is a little bit darker and this is lighter. So you can do some cool stuff with that I've been experimenting with, right? And then I think if you choose even like more, you know, out there colors, like if I choose red and do some red shading on here, it's a little hard to see, but that's like a little bit of a brownish reddish. So like there's some cool stuff you can do. And I totally lost my train of thought, but that's fine. Okay, let's erase this. Mountains. And that. Never thought about that being a possibility. Yeah. If you're talking about the thing I'm calling shading, right? Like, you know, shading is not a new thing in terms of the art world. I'm very much not like a part of that, so, you know, I'm learning, but, you know, when I realized I could have as many layers as I want, right, at some level to help make this in kind of a modular way, right? Like this layer is just the sky. It's just this blue color. I'll turn off the preview all layers. Right, this is just that, but then I can also add clouds, right? And then when you add them together, you know, it's modular, so that's great. And then, you know, beyond that, I realized, wait, if I make this lower opacity, like it lets me do this really interesting stuff. I can layer colors and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was super cool, and I'm very excited about that. But there's plenty to learn about still in terms of what actually works with it. It's interesting. All right. So the sketch, that's fine. Ooh, so the river too. I've talked about this very. Try this again. English, most difficult language out there. All right. This is something called the rule of thirds, where in photography, if you line up features with those lines that are breaking it, you know, the image up into thirds. So if you line a feature up with one of those lines, it's easily, it draws your eyes to it. And if you line it up with one of these cross sections, it does that even more. So I'm trying to utilize that, and when I'm thinking about it, it's almost lining up with the river, like the spring almost. So if I can actually shift that, that might be a very cool, like, you know, a very cool feature to have your eyes drawn to. Pop that down a couple. One more. Oh, that's because I turned that invisible. Okay. So let's grab this and just do a little cheeky bit of moving. Okay. That and then that. Good, good, good. Bad, bad, bad. Erase this. That's fine. I chopped off the head of the Hydra, and now 2 will grow back. Oh, I don't know who was there earlier, but I accidentally drew a face on the mountain, and it was cursed, and I loved it. He was my child, and it was amazing. I was trying to do more of these like detailed curves, and essentially what I ended up doing accidentally was I had another one that was over here. Oh, not like that. I had another one like that, and I was like, huh, those kind of look like eyebrows. And actually, I'm gonna make it even worse now. Oh, just wait for it. And let's do this in preview so you can all see the majesty of this. Back to mountains. Oh no, I can actually just do this with a river entirely. Wonderful. Oh, I forgot this is weird sometimes. Don't. Nah. Okay. Let's turn the cave off as well, because that's blocking it. Lord. Oh no, what happened to the... Okay. Cave. Back off. Little nose. That does not look like the nose I meant it to look like. Ignore that. You didn't see anything. You saw nothing at all. Nothing at all. Oh. Do you not love this? What? Is that what you're telling me? Got those stressed wrinkles. Yeah, Cursed Face Mountain. Totally what it's gonna be called. Oh, and it's bad because the nether spot just looks, oh, it just looks like a bad sore or something. Oh, okay, no. Hear me out. Okay. I'm gonna do this now. Little bit of that. Okay. I don't know if those are more ear. I think, yeah, those, okay, so those are obviously ears. I mean, come on. It's so obvious that these are meant to be ears. Do a little bit of detailing there. Yep, that's what we can call this. What even would this creature be, right? If this is its face, and it's got that shape of a head, but Cursed Catboy Mountain. I mean, kind of, yeah. Like, it's got kind of the pointy ears, but I don't know. It's so good though. No, that needs to be. Nope. Even better. Ooh, I can do something even better, but I gotta hide it from you for a second. Okay, perfect. Speech bubble. How does one? Oh, well, I kind of just ruined it, but oh well. Yes, that is how one draws a speech bubble. Okay. Cave. Hold on, River. I can save this. Can I? Actually, I don't know if anyone can save this. Well, it's meant to be an uwu. Because obviously that's what this Catboy Mountain would do. It would uwu. See, like, I don't know. Weren't you all imagining this when you saw that I was streaming? Be like, oh yeah, our friend, he's just gonna do this totally normal thing. And then you found this lovely fellow. I mean, it might be a valid concern. Like, I'm not gonna deny you that. I will not deny you that. Ugh, look at this majesty. And okay, so even more, I can get even more detailed with this. Right? And it can, like, right, a little bit of symmetry. He's got little rosy cheeks on this side and this side. Right? He's got the ooh. It's a little bit you know, in your face, but when is it not? It is, of course, an ooh. Let's do it a little bit more. So the colors are not quite right, but this is almost like if Trubbish the Pokemon were a human, but also a mountain, and also apparently a Catboy. Like, it's got the Trubbish shape. This is the current thumbnail? Oh, this makes me so happy. I wouldn't want it any other way. Ah, not what I thought, but I love this. Okay, but Beth, what if this is God? Like, have you thought about that? Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, nope. Okay, so check this out. What, just hear me out. Here, that's a very bad color. This is a much better color. Okay, let's draw. That is too bright. That is less too bright. All right, well, I'm okay with this little cursed bit. Then let's make it a little bit more of a golden. Nah, okay. I need to. Beatrice, you can't boot me while I'm doing stuff. You booped me. Guys, Beatrice just booped me. Yeah, there you go. Get all the screeches. Ah, good stuff. Excuse me. Don't grab my arm like that. You turn into an aggressive pupper. Such an aggressive pupper. Ugh. We taught Beatrice, my dog, how to shake. Ooh. It's wonderful, but kind of a mistake. Because now she has these massive paws that she can use to just get you. All right, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Okay, yeah, look at that. Look at this good boy. Got a little halo. Because why not? He's just the goodest uwu boy. I mean, I think this is pretty perfect. Like, I don't know. Is this just me? I was trying to make a thumbnail for a different video, but I feel like we just created something beautiful. Just beautiful. Ugh, I love it. And I really don't, but I really do. Okay, let me export this real quick. Desktop. Uwu, Cat Boy, Mountain of Godliness. All right, did I actually export the right thing? I hope so. Although I think, no, I exported it at the right, the right size. Did not export at the right size. Why? Why? All right, let me save this masterpiece, and then I'm gonna go back and see what I can do about the mountain and the perspective, and the perspective I think we've all gained by making this horrible mountain. Yeah, okay, replace it. Yes. Trust that it exported correctly. Do I trust that? Sure, that's fine. All right. Ooh, I can actually do this as well. Really make sure I save this in the important way. Quality content. Okay. Duplicate. Cool. Cool. Sorry, folks. Trying to make sure I did stuff correctly. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, awesome. Well, let's save ourselves, because I think we can all agree that that is and was and shall forever be unholy. Oh, right, that I forgot this was a river. Oh, geez. Okay. Cool. All right. I think we're pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. I thought that was going to be way more difficult. Fantastic. We'll gotcha with that. Toss it there. Grab this bad boy. Toss it there. Mountains. Okay, yes. Let's just delete this. And actually, you know what? I cannot keep this as well, because I will always and forever see that as an eyebrow. I love... I kind of love the style of this speech bubble, though. Like, in all honesty, I really do appreciate that. Oh, geez. Right? I have forever cursed this. I mean, okay, it also doesn't help that I have all these remnants, like the friggin' hairs at the top and stuff. Plus, I've arguably made something worse again because so this is what everyone was talking about when they made Baby Yoda, right? Or when Baby Yoda was a thing. Like, I think that's it, you know? Let's grab a little bit of this. Nope. A little bit too much. Gee golly, look at me go. Yeah, here we go. Oh, don't you just love art? Okay, this mountain is just anything and everything. I have made the universal, like, basis for art. And you cannot take that away from me. Oh yeah. Oh, no, that's not right. I apologize. And do you think Disney would sue me? I don't think they could. I'm not making money off of this. We're good. Oh, but he's also... Oh, no, I can't... Oh, I gotta turn the river off. He's crying. You know what? I totally could have, Josh. Hold on. Let me, art for Eva. I take offense to that, Beth. Excuse me. This is obviously Baby Yoda from the hit Disney original series, The Mandalorian. I haven't watched that, actually. Everyone tells me I should. Yeah, I know I should. Don't tell me. I get it. I just haven't yet. But obviously, it's Baby Yoda from that. Well, I might need to stream stuff like this again because, wow, this has been fun. Geez, now I gotta save this too. All right, hold on. Download. Oh, all right. Thanks for stopping by, though, Beth. Really appreciate it. It was great chatting. Glad I could share this horrible everything with you. But catch you later. They were just scared of the art. Obviously. Okay. This should have been saved as well. My desktop. Yes. Good. Cool beans. Well, once again, to repent for my sins. Oh, how do I even do this now? How do I even do this? You just can't win. You can never win with this. Ah, good. Good, good, good. Ah. Fantastic, though. Like, absolute banger of a time. All right, let's turn the sky back on because that helps a lot. River, let's turn that back on. Okay, cave, sure. Sketch, don't need that on. Details, don't have anything yet. And then we got the shaders. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, in hindsight, I actually feel like the ruined nether portal area is a little bit close to the river, and that looks a little bit better. Maybe I'll extend it down a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see. Awesome. So, wow. So there might be just a bunch of bots, or those actually might be real people watching. And if they're real people, hello, and thank you for tuning in. I'm apparently making, well, I was making some cursed art, and now I'm back to making, hopefully a cool pixel landscape thumbnail for a video, something or other. But if you haven't seen it, we just finished making an unfortunate Uwu Catboy Mountain that was an angel, and it was truly magnificent. And then also a Baby Yoda. So good stuff all around. Great stuff all around, even. Right. Giving depth and dimension to a mountain. So very difficult. I'm going to move on and see what I can do in terms of details that might add to it. Now I need to do the cave first. Right. Toss the big boy brush with the shading, or the darkening lightning tool. And it'd be good if I could actually move the mouse where I wanted it to. Well, where I wanted it to be. Okay, that looks good. Looks promising. And yeah, well, it's really weird. Other colors, when I shade them, like, okay, yeah, so this was a chunk of the mountain that I took, and I did this darkening lightning tool, and it's the main color of the mountain, and then one shade lighter, 2 shades lighter, and then a couple shades darker. And like, that's a pretty solid gradient. And it's a little bit stark, but it's really not bad. And then of course, whenever I go and I do that with gray or black or white, well, actually not white. White's pretty good. Like, the clouds. Geez, I'm still in the preview. My bad. My bad. I apologize. Okay, so the clouds, these were white and I shaded them, and it was a pretty gradual thing. Like, this is pretty light gray, considering I went over it 4 or 5 times, which is awesome. And then I go and I do something like the caves, and this is like a dark gray, right? It's pretty nice, and I lighten it, and it feels very stark, and I don't quite understand. Like, maybe it's not too bad. I don't know, but I feel like I would want a more gradual transition. And also, I need to find a better way to denote that this is underground, because in the context of the image as a whole, like, it doesn't immediately scream underground cave. Like, you know, it's very jarring, so it's kind of weird. Okay. Well, I was just saying that I was probably going to, it looks kind of like a huge rock. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's like, each step of this is like really entertainingly challenging, because it's just a really different way to think about trying to portray, you know, things and objects and details. And I won't go into that spiel again because I think I've said it like 4 or 5 times. So I'll save you that monologue again. But right, even this kind of thing, like the cave is more abstract because it's not visible from the landscape, right? It's down this mine shaft that I dug in the game, and I found it, and it's massive and crazy, but like it's not a part of this mountain in the way that I'm trying to draw it here. So figuring out how to actually portray that, I'm gonna have to give a lot more thought. Like maybe I have to really go like maybe what I need to do is something like this. I'm gonna need to do a couple iterations to get my point across. Okay. And actually, as I do this, I will also say, I've had mixed feelings on this before, but you know, I think I've come to grips with the necessity of it. If anyone out there is actually a person and not a bot, and you're not following the channel, if you like what you see and want to possibly see more of it, I'd be super grateful if you would consider following me. I'm trying to get to affiliate, and I'm getting pretty close, but followers are always very helpful. So putting that out there, but obviously you do you. Okay, so what I was kind of thinking was, let me pop open the preview, and this is a very bad example of it. It's really not like shaped well, but if I can, geez. Sorry, looking at the preview and looking at my screen, the mouse is in 2 different spots, so it's kind of disorienting. And that was the wrong tool. Jeez, I am just flubbing all over the place here. All right, if I can shade it almost, right, make the green darker and almost portray that, you know, in a way it makes it look like this is underground. In another way, it looks like this is some meteor crater of destruction, and like this is a bunch of burned ground and stuff. Like, I don't know, not a perfect solution. Again, I'm just gonna have to think on that more, because I don't know, it's not inherently clear. All right, let me denote the outline of. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna make the cave transparent, and I'm going to work on the details because I have an idea of what I want to do with them, a bit of a better idea. So that might help me, you know, get settled, find my place, get a foothold, so to speak. Okay, so I'm gonna try to convey my base. So I settled at the base of this mountain, kind of in the valley, and I planted a bunch of trees, and it was this really beautiful forest that I'm gonna draw, and I had my bed and not much else. So my bed was purple, and it's pretty easy to convey a bed, at least in a small number of pixels. Like if you're familiar with Minecraft beds, I don't think it's a big stretch to realize, right? That's pretty much a Minecraft bed. It's very funny, actually. And then I'll try to convey my character. So I am very, very pasty, even in Minecraft. I've got a darkish blue jacket on. Sure, that's close enough for now. And I got my green shorts. I'll toss those green shorts. So the green shorts are actually really difficult, right? This is a mountain. There's a lot of green there, so I might need to make these something else. We'll see. So that's pretty straightforward. It's me next to the bed. I might need to move myself up a little bit, actually. Again, help with that scale, perspective, all that good stuff. And now let me try making some trees. Kind of good brown color. Gotta get that good brown color. Get my southern drawl coming out. Oop, nope. Let's clear that. How am I doing this? How do I want to do this? Sure, this can be a bigger detailed tree. Why not? Totally what I was planning. That's not a bad start. Beatrice, please don't hit me. Nope, please don't hit my headphones either. No. Hi. Not very conducive to I know, you can say hi if you could. My dog Beatrice says hello. Well, she would if she could, but she says hello. And she apologizes for the temporary pause in the pixel art because she wants some scritches. Don't you be? Oh, that's good. Oh, Nikki puppy! Nikki puppy! You good? You leave me alone? Now you're gonna hit me? Please don't hit me. I'm telling you, teaching her how to shake. She's just hitting me. What are you doing? Not now, please. Jeez. Crazy. Crazy puppy. That's not very becoming. Oh, I wish I had a webcam because... Oh, this is just the cutest. Hi. Okay. Last scritch. Last scritch is for now. Okay. That's it. Nope. Nope. Go. Thank you. Oh, Beatrice. Hey, Gabby. How you doing? You've created a menace by teaching her how to shake. Like an actual menace. Like a very cute one, though. Okay, back to trees. What are you making? I am working on a landscape. You remember the landscape I was doing yesterday? With all the trees and stuff, and I was getting your thoughts. I'm redoing that one. I increased the resolution from 80/45 to 160/90. Yeah, putting up all the homework. I feel that. I mean, I don't, but I would. You know what I mean. But yeah, I'm trying to make a higher resolution version of that landscape. Just because I want to get a little bit more detail, and I didn't feel like I could in this smaller resolution. I also made some monstrosities that I will happily share later. I defaced a mountain in the worst way possible, and I made a Baby Yoda. So, fun stuff. Very fun stuff. All right, so I'm gonna make another one or two of these big trees because I had a couple. There's a couple in the mod pack that I was playing that are like really pretty big and grand. Yeah, Kirk is right. It was cursed and it was wonderful. Oh, it was so wonderful. Yeah, but there were a couple of trees that I found, and they're these really beautiful like orange and yellow ones. And they're pretty big and grand, so I want to convey those well. That one's a little bit too big though for where it's at. Move that up. Actually gonna block the spring, but I'm not against that, I guess. I don't know. This is where it gets tricky. Like, this is where the scale gets difficult for me. Also because I'm planning on having something down here, so I need to know that that's more or less off limits. But I need to fill up the space with trees, and we'll see how it goes. Gotta love water. I want more trees, but I don't want to make more until I've added foliage, because I feel like that's really asking for me to overcrowd it. So I've got a good basis. Let me add some foliage. Let me add these really pretty fancy trees first. What's a good ones I have are this really pretty yellow and a very pretty orange. Let's start with this. Okay. Although I will say, Kirk, don't act like you didn't love it deep down. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you could look at those pieces of art that we made, that I made and that we all witnessed. I don't know how you can look at those and not love it just a little bit, you know? I hope you know what I mean. You know, I hope you agree. That's very flat in terms of color. And I liked the asymmetry from a second ago. Oh, but is that too much asymmetry? That might be a little bit too much. I do. Thank you. I knew it. You're a man of culture. You're a person of culture. Like, you know art when you see it. I'm sure. I'm assuming, but you know. Why wouldn't you? Obviously. Thank you. Yeah. Cursed, not necessarily bad, just very cursed. And I think that's an important important thing to understand. I'll say that. And then, okay, it's gonna be very easy to over detail this. Like, I don't think I need that bit, but do I need this bit, or is that might be enough? Ooh, no, I think that's good. I like that. Okay. So I want to go on to the next tree, but actually I would love to shade this first to show you my thoughts on that. Okay, let me actually do this. Let me do that, and then I'll name this trees. And then foliage, let me essentially copy this over. I'm gonna do this in 2 different layers and then merge them, because it'll let me shade the tree foliage a little bit more easily. And I would love to be able to do it like that, because I've had, I really like it when I've done it that way in the past. Okay. Beautiful. So they still look the same. It's just 2 different layers. Gotta go to work or do work. All right. Thanks, Gabby. Thanks for stopping by. I hope work goes well. Okay. Ooh, look at that slightly darker yellow. Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like it. I do like it. So like, okay, something like this I feel works very well. I'm not going to claim that that's the perfect shading, but let me pop open the preview. Beatrice, I swear to God, if you start hitting me, I swear to dog, if you start hitting me. Oh, she started hitting me again. How you doing? Come on. Okay. Okay, pulled up the preview. Cool. Can I don't think I can zoom in. can't really zoom in. Well, if you can see, and I'm not sure how well you can or not, that tree, it gives it a lot of depth, and I really like the way it does that. Although, let me try this. Okay, so gotta go lie down. Nope. Go lie down. Go lie down. Go. This. Down. Thank you, girl. Okay. Relax. She's so freaking cute. I can't stay mad at her. Like, jeez. Okay. Let me actually reshade this tree again because I like this, but I want to see if I can do it a little differently. Okay, I think that's all one color. So I'm gonna have lighter pixels up there. This is gonna be the main, the primary color again, but not necessarily a lot of it. Okay, got the slightly darker, darker shades. Gotta imply that the sun, the light source up to the right, just because that's what I'm doing with all the other ones, or with, well, it's just what I'm doing with this landscape. That's not bad either. I don't know. Okay, let's go manually adjust some of these. I want that to be a little bit lighter. A little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. Nope, a little bit lighter. Jeez, what am I doing? And even a little bit lighter on that. I think it's a pretty nice looking tree. And then actually, against my better judgment, if I merge with layer below, that's not a bad tree, I think. And I can even do a little bit more. If I shade the tree itself, I like where this is going. A little bit of yeah, oh, just look at that. Like, okay, when you get up close, like some other things, like some other, Minecraft builds and things, like up close, it's a, it's a little weird just because it's a lot of pixels and, it's, you see it for what it's made out of instead of what it looks like from a distance. So again, it's probably a little bit tricky to see in the preview, but all right, there we go. Yeah, got the tree, and it reinforces the idea that there's the light source up and to the right. I might go back and look at this, and the clouds, it's more above and to the right, and this, it's kind of just up here instead of like up here. So if I go back and adjust this, I might shade a little bit lighter on the top-ish rather than just the right side. So can I actually I undo the merge? I think I have to undo the shading on the tree itself. Yes, I can. Awesome. All right, so I can actually still shade this, which is fantastic. We'll do the same thing I just did. And there we go-ish. Nope. Wait. Maybe. I don't know, stuff like this, like determining which of these pixels to shade in order to help like maintain the gradient is weirdly tricky. Like I want to say that is okay. But I think because there's not like an even lighter shade on this side, it feels weird to me. Like it feels unbalanced. But I don't want to do another light shade because I feel like then it just gets to an unrealistic shade for the tree. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I think it's going to look pretty good. All right, let's find a nice orange color and get the other tree. Switch to the foliage. Ooh. Foliage one. Ooh. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. Cool. So, same idea. Let's actually make an outline first. That's a fun shape, although it's a little bit heavy on the top. 16? All right. Cool. Limit up on the sides a bit. I'll fill it in, and then I'm gonna get a sense for if I did too much of this, or if it's looking good. Right off the bat, it feels like it's hanging a bit much, like a bit too low and whatnot. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's not bad. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know. If anyone's, watching intently enough to have an opinion, do you like it better when I have the preview window up like it is right now, or when I have it on a close-up of what I'm doing? Because I do keep forgetting to switch, and I apologize. I mean, both offer an interesting perspective, and you can see both of them happening in real time. But, for anyone who's watching, do you have a preference? Do you like the overall image, and you get to see everything going on, or do you want to see the up close as I work on it? I'd like to know. I'm curious. All right, let's shade. Nope, that's a little bit too much already. Okay. A little bit too big. Tighten up a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. Let me darken up this side a little bit. Hey, Unresponsive Assassin, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much, and thank you for the follow. Double whammy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. How's it going? How are you doing? I'm just doing some pixel art. I was making a thumbnail for a video that I'm considering making, and then it turned into some really cursed stuff, and it's been a fun time. I'm doing trees right now. It's Emmy. Thank you so much as well for the follow. I really appreciate that. Not too bad. Random person I chose. Cool. Sounds good. I still appreciate that. Thank you so much. Making me forget everything I'm doing. I think I was, shading some trees. Okay, so up close, that looks like it's really intense. Like that's a dark color. It's like a muddy orange brown, but I think that looks pretty good. Wow. All right, this has been such a fun stream. I'm very happy I did this today. I'm glad I went with something a little bit different. All right, so I got 2 of those trees, and I think those are gonna look really nice. I like how detailed they are. I really do. So I've got some more trees. So for anyone new, like I said, I'm doing like a pixel landscape for possibly a video thumbnail. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it, but I'm considering it. And it was of a stream I did of a modded Minecraft series. I started. It's the create mod plus a lot of cool aesthetic mods and some like a lot of terrain stuff. So it's really just a very pretty world. Thank you. I think I'm above average in terms of making pixel art, and there's some things I think I'm really good at, but there's a lot I'm still working on. So things like the clouds I like a lot. I feel like I got the shading on those well, and I can kind of mirror that with the trees. The landscape itself, the mountains and river and things, those are very much unfinished. But they're what I struggle with, so it's been interesting. Looks amazing? Well, thank you so much. Everyone says that they suck at art. You know, it's I don't know, it's the thing where if you never work on it, you're never going to improve, and it's really hard for a lot of people. I just got back into making pixel art, and it's something that I do feel like I'm pretty good at, but there's a lot I know I can improve on. And I really want to just keep developing those skills. Getting better as you go. That's awesome. I mean, that's really all you got to do. Right, and that's just, you know, how it works. So it's a good mindset. I like it. Oh yeah, so it's based off of Minecraft stream essentially I did, and so there are some special trees in the mod pack, which are the, you know, the yellow ones and the orange ones I just made. But the rest of these trunks, I guess, those are going to be, you know, birch trees, oak, dark oak, spruce, like all the basic kind of things. All right, really sorry, gotta go let my dog out, so I will be right back. Sorry about that. That was the wrong screen, but be right back. All right, I am back. Thanks for waiting. My my dog was getting impatient. She had been hitting me, wanting attention and all that, and then she wanted to go out. So that's all good. Okay. More foliage. Here we go. I'm probably gonna change some of the log colors to you know, better represent, you know, birch logs and dark oak, but I think for now, just kind of focus on getting the foliage in the right shape, because I've done some of this yesterday. Sorry to leave right after a raid. Super tired. I'm gonna lurk while I watch some stuff. No problem. Again, thank you for the raid. I do appreciate it, even if I was a random dude. But nah, totally get it. Have fun. Well, I guess if you're super tired. I'm fumbling over the words, but thanks again. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. Leave it at that before I keep fumbling. Okay. Knock that preview back. So I'm thinking that's going to be what a birch tree looks like. It's not quite that way in the game, but I kind of like the idea of like taller, skinnier ones. So let me actually make it a little bit taller as well then. Oh. Little mess up there. Pop over to foliage again. And so I just made this taller, right, to give it more height. And then my initial thought when I got back to this was like, oh yeah, let me just toss a line of foliage down there. Well, I didn't really need to do that to make it taller. I don't know. So many choices, and sometimes it really is very minor. Okay. Well, can always do a little bit of mix. Mix of everything. So, yeah, let's get a couple more birch trees. I don't like that one. I think that they're a little bit better when they're a little bit thinner at the top. Toss in a spruce tree over here. I had all sorts of trees in my base, so figure we can get a good bit of tree representation, but kind of spread them out, make them have them make a little bit more sense. This made more sense in my head yesterday. Right, because I don't want to make it even bigger, because that just looks... Well, okay, so one issue I'm going to have is... Like, I think I said this a minute ago. If I open the preview back up, right? So it's right, green leaves on a green background, right? Even with different shades, it's not gonna pop. So I might need to leave the trees like this and pop them down here where there's gonna be more contrast. I mean, this shading is gonna still change. Again, the mountains are very unfinished, so we'll see how that goes. But there were some other trees I can toss in there that were, again, from a mod, so I think they might fit a little bit better in the short term. So let's toss that back. All right. Do not like how the spruce went, so I'm gonna take that back. I'll leave the birch ones for now. Those are fine. Although, actually, if they're gonna be birch, let me an imperfect representation, but let's make them more kind of a birch log color. And if I put it in preview, yeah, see, there we go. Yeah, these, like, right, even just the log color change, I feel like that really helps, sell it as birch a little bit better. So I like that. The log that I was thinking of was actually kind of it was purplish, and I don't remember what it was, but it might have been the Jacaranda logs from Biomes of Plenty. So the logs were a really kind of dusty, dark, light gray purple thing. Great way to describe that, but you know how it is. So let me grab that, make that an eraser. So the ones I had, it's a little bit too light, I think. Make it a little bit of a darker gray. Darker purple gray, yeah, that's fine. All right, that's not too bad. I had a handful of them. And they had the dark logs, and then they wore a nice, just a really nice purple leaf. Let's find a color that wouldn't look bad for a leaf, but gets the point across. All right, pop over to foliage. How's that? Well, pop open the preview again. Looks pretty heavy on the foliage and pretty light on the actual trunk. So I'm gonna undo some of this then. All right. Oh yeah, because that's a tiny little trunk. So, honestly, considering this is just pixels, I might need to keep it something super simple like that. And then on these slightly bigger trees, give it more detail. Like that maybe? Like, so then this is the trunk. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error. All right, well, let's get a couple of these going and we'll see how they turn out. And I want to add more asymmetry, but it's really difficult to pull off in something that's super small like this. Like when it's only, what, 7 pixels that you're dealing with, asymmetry gets really funky really fast. Like, right, when you have even a couple more pixels like that, like it looks weird from close up, but further away, like that's fine. You can't really tell. I mean, you can see that it's, you know, asymmetrical, but it works more because you see it as a whole. So that's interesting to think about. And I want these darker. Not quite happy with contrast, and of course I say that. And then it looks like well, that's a pretty bright purple. That might be okay. All right, so we've got the birch, we've got the jacaranda. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but you know how it is. All right, let's actually add some more birch because I really like these, and I wanna make it really seem like it's kind of a grove, in a sense. Move this over. There we go. Cool. Jeez. Cannot draw straight lines to save my life right now. That's fine. They get worse and worse. I'm like, okay, straight line. Woo. All right. Let's grab the foliage color again. And when I work on this later, I'm probably gonna change a lot of this. Just, you know, adjust colors, adjust shapes in a small way, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's add a little bit of variation. I can't do a ton, but I think a little bit should add enough, you know, enough variation and enough like interest to keep it from looking monotonous. You know, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, see, and like this little bit of asymmetry too, right? I added 1 block extra and then 1 block right here. And like, I love the way that looks. Like, from a distance, I think that adds some really interesting change. I don't know if it works as well there because it's connected, but I'm gonna go with it. Like, why not? Toss that. It's like a little homage to the rubber trees from all those mod packs. Those were fun. Those were very fun. So actually, if I let's pop open the preview. Oh, the mountain landscape gets me every time, but I like where I'm going. I need to work on the scale. Like I was thinking, right? Some of these trees get taller as they, I made them taller as they got closer, but I didn't actually end up making them taller. And when you compare them to the river and to this tree, like they're not that far apart, but the scale is way off. So everything back here looks very small. And like, right, these trees, you know, and a little bit of these ones, those are fine. I'm fine with those looking smaller. But these are a little bit too small, I think. All right, that's good to know at least. And a quick divergent actually from the trees. So So in the world as well, this red spot, that was a ruined nether portal that I found, and it was right next to the creek, and it was super cool. And I've been dying to make that again. I say again, I worked on a kind of a prototype of this yesterday, and I liked some of it, but I didn't like it enough to keep it. I'm doing it again. So I have some ideas, but there's a lot of stuff here that I want to like re-implement because I really did enjoy it a lot. Right. So get some of the obsidian in a way. I think that's a pretty nice color. And toss in the gold block. Why not? I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger, right, as well to aid in the sense of depth, and dimension and proportion. Let me bump it up a little bit though, like the block up a little bit. Grab this, grab that obsidian color again. And actually what I can do, well, I can do a couple of things. I will do. So I can make it look like there's some of that, stone brick included in this, right? I can toss that around here as well. Because there are some of those things as well, and I think that works, works in this situation. Let's do that. I definitely need the lava sources and magma sources. What I was gonna say was I can add some variety to some of these, stone bricks. Okay, that's not bad. And I think this is called dithering because there's a dithering tool. This might not look bad. It breaks up the homogeny of the obsidian blocks, what I'm calling obsidian. And it looks weird close up, but on the preview that you can see, I actually don't mind it. I think it looks pretty neat. So I'm not against that. All I was gonna say was if I grab a slightly brighter purple, maybe I can emulate some of the crying obsidian in just a couple of these, right? Let's do it there, there. That's a little bit too far for, there we go. So you can see a little bit more, right? The dithering is a little bit strange, but it does add some cool, a little bit of a variation. And then I really actually like this crying obsidian. Right, a couple of tears falling down. I like that. Some of the stone is good, but this needs a little bit of texture as well. Not bad, not bad. Cool, cool, cool. Actually, let's... no, I can go the other diagonal. I can mix it up a little bit. All right, got the gold. Have that. Have a little bit of texture added to that. Now, can I find a good magma color? Ooh, that was pretty nice. I like that. All right, let's add a little bit of lava every now and again. And it doesn't always have to be these big blocks. Well, I don't know if I like it coming off of it like that, though. I mean, a little bit is okay. I don't mind that. A little bit of flow. I'm trying to find a good balance as well. I don't want to overdo it, and it's very easy to overdo it. So honestly, something like that I might stick with. Kind of low key, but again, gets the point across. All right? And I'll probably toss in some red, a little bit of a red variation. There we go. Yeah, something like this. Tossing this in every now and again. Ooh, baby. I like it. Yeah, that's really cool. And then I think with some shading, like a shading layer that I have, if I take a very similar color, or even like a slightly more red color, if I take it and do something like this, I can add a bit of an aura. Preview. All right, this is really gonna mess it up, but let's see. Oh, unlock. Excuse me while I try to get this working how I'd like it to. So it's a little bit hard to see. Okay. Little tricky, but I think you can kind of make it out what I'm getting at, right? So I added, actually I can show you both at once. So I added, right, these glowing bits here. And then on the right one, whoop, you see this little halo, this little outline. So that's because I have this shaders layer that I made, and it's literally just another layer of this project, but I set the opacity to 0.2. So it's very transparent, but you still get the color. You still get this little shadow almost of this really nice bright orange red. So adding stuff like that's really going to help this pop as well. I don't always need to actually shade the inside as well. Can keep a little bit. Yeah, because then now you get where'd the cursor go? There we go. Then you get a little bit more of the orange in the center, but you still get the really cool glow, which I absolutely love. So that's super cool. And I can even layer it over. Oh, there we go. The stone, kind of like that. Like you see a little bit of the lava glow. So I think that's super cool. And even if I take some of a bit of a darker red, I can toss this around on some of the netherrack. Try to make this sporadic, and I don't want to do it too much, but actually maybe I do want to do it more. It's really faint over here, but like spots like over like in this section, right? On the right side. That's what I mean. Like you can kind of see a difference between a darker red and a slightly lighter red. And I think that's a very cool difference. If I toss in a slightly lighter red, you should see even more of a difference. Oh, not there. Yeah, so now, right, this is looking a little bit more uneven. There's a little bit more of a difference, and I'm not actually changing the base. Like, you can, let me close that. This is still just the base color on the left side of the screen. And then when I have all the shaders, right, all of these, yeah, all of this, it's really just coming over in a really cool way. So I absolutely love that. Right, well, let's save that. So if I can get this back down to its good size. Let's see if I can. It's actually not bad. Oh. Yeah, not too bad. That's pretty centered, I'd say, for now. Well, this has been very fun, but I think I actually need to call it here. Thank you so much for everyone who came out. Unresponsive Assassin, thank you again for the raid. That was incredible. For anyone who followed, thank you. I really appreciate that. You know, going towards affiliate, and you know, it's one step closer. But I had a really good time. There were some very funny moments with some of the cursed pictures we made. And really enjoyed getting to do this landscape as well. There's a lot I want to do better, but you know, the clouds and the trees and even this little ruined nether portal area, I'm super super happy with those for now. You know, not like they won't change and develop and get a little bit better even, but you know, for today, I'm super happy with the progress. So, you know, thank you so much, everyone. I'm actually going to be streaming later tonight with my friend Jackson. We're doing an old-fashioned Moon Quest mod pack. So 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you're interested, check out that. Should be going live right at 8, and that should be really good fun. It's our 3rd stream so far, playing that mod pack, that is. So it'd be cool if I could see anyone there. But you know, if not, hopefully I'll see you again the next time I stream something like this, more pixel art, because I 100% want to do this again. This has been so fun. All right, well, with that, thank you. Have a great day, and I'll catch you later.